Yep. It definitely could be one of those kind of days. Well, let's get our last look at this guy, because after we go do what we're gonna go do now, we're heading to the airport. We're going home. Oh, and by the way, Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. So where we're headed to today is the Madrid Wax Museum, but it's not just your average wax museum. It's got a whole lot more than just wax figures. Look at the statues in the entrance of that building. That's great. Well, holy smoke, look who I found. I get the feeling if I lived here, you and I'd be friends. I don't know, call me crazy. Yeah, he is monstrous. And then look at the engravings under him. This is right in front of the Wax Museum. And there it is, let's do it. Hello, Marilyn. Well, as soon as we come in, we're greeted by some pretty famous historical figures. Like Julius Caesar and Cleopatra. Trajano. And these are all past rulers as well. This is Felipe V, Louis I. Curious as to what American figures they'll have in here. Since I saw Marilyn Monroe out front, we know she'll be here. Now we're moving through the complex to House of Terror and the Funhouse mirrors. Let's go. Whoa. Whoa. I was just standing here and all of a sudden this guy started moving on me. Oh, wow. Shoving that pole right through that guy's throat. So I guess for this part, there's some sort of train that you ride through. So I guess we're gonna ride the train. He said to wait for the train. Oh, so that's what he means. It's literally a ghost train. You guys wanna ride a roller coaster? Let's do it. I opted for the front seat as usual. Creepy. Whoa!
Atención, háganse a bordo, alerta máxima.
Whoa! Oh, we're in the bar. We're in the bar from Star Wars. Look at this cast of characters. Everybody loves a band. Wow, that's cool. Head hanging from the sky. Well, now we've gotten to the Hollywood stuff, and they not only have Charlie, but they have the kid. They have little Jackie. And I actually vlogged the filming locations of that. Ah, there's Miley. Alright. Well, you got the Simpsons in here. That's kind of cool. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I guess. Oh, Neil Armstrong hanging from the sky. And Snoopy. They're playing Elvis overhead, but look at all the cool figures on the carousel. That's awesome. There's Harry Potter, there's Yoda, there is Angry Birds, and I forget what his name is. Oh, Popeye, SpongeBob. Let's see what else we got. Is that, I hate to say it, but is that supposed to be Willow? Maybe not. Little Red Riding Hood. And there we've got E.T. and Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear, and Woody. This is Lena Morgan. I'm not sure who that is. This is kind of surprising because I don't know some of these, but I do know Harpo Marx, and I did not expect to see Harpo. That's pretty cool. And then we've got Brad Pitt right there. And that's Woody Allen. Pretty obvious, pretty dead on too. That is Sofia Vergara. Now we've got more of a crew that I'm familiar with. We've got Marilyn. And is that Cantinflas? I think that is. Groucho. That's awesome. And what's funny is I noticed every once in a while he'll move. See, look at the head, look at the head. Did somebody say something? Sitting here with Sean Connery as James Bond. And then Beyonce, of course. Now I see Justin Bieber. And is that Selena Gomez? And then we've got Michael Jackson, of course. It's interesting to see how many different ways these wax museums decide to do Michael Jackson. And then of course Elvis. I just got Amy a really cool sweatsuit, like a hoodie, zip up, and the pants that's like an entire Elvis jumpsuit. Hope she likes it. And then we have an armless Tom Cruise. I don't know what happened here. Probably don't want to know. Angelina Jolie. That says Javier Fernandez, I believe, but I don't know who that is. Then we've got the Beatles. We've got John Lennon. That doesn't look like John Lennon. Come on. Let's be real here. And then the Paul McCartney doesn't look anything like Paul McCartney. Come on. Ringo kinda looks like Ringo. George kinda looks like George, but man, no way. Oh, wow. That's a really great depiction of the Last Supper. Look at that. That's incredible. Then over here we have a lot of religious figures. I know a couple. I mean, obviously that's Mother Teresa. And then this is the current Pope, Pope Francisco. Pope John Paul II. Then I think this was the one that left early. Was it? They always called him Ratzinger. What was his name? Pope Benedict. Is that who that is? I think so. That one I'm not sure of. Of course, Superman. He needs the spit curl a little bit more on the spit curl side. Here's our political figures from the US. We've got Barack Obama, of course, extending his hand for handshake. And then John F. Kennedy. I assume that's got to be Kennedy, right? And then Abraham Lincoln. And then Donald and Melania. Wow, they have a lot in here. I mean, they really, really have a lot. Look at all that. See Gandhi down here. Well, I recognize Yasser Arafat right away, and Fidel Castro, and Vladimir Putin. And then back in here you can see Adolf Hitler in the all white, and it looks like he's right beside Mao Zedong. All right, let's take some guesses. Anthony Quinn, Bela Lugosi, I don't know. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I see a really good Clark Gable. There's DiCaprio right there. But then here's the gable from Gone with the Wind, with a drink and a smoke. I would not have guessed that one. That's Wallace Beery, and it does look like him, but I've never seen a wax museum do Wally Beery. And then I believe that's supposed to be Clint Eastwood, but... So it says that I believe this is supposed to be Gary Cooper, I guess. That's John Wayne, not really. And this is supposed to be James Dean, I believe. George Clooney, Bruce Willis. I don't know who you are, but I dig it. Mary Poppins. That's a pretty cool one. I've never seen a Mary Poppins like that, you know, not hanging from the ceiling, spinning around while you walk around. That's pretty cool. Spider-Man. Chris Evans as Captain America. Batman. Paul Gasol. That's kind of cool. Here we've got Albert Einstein. Mr. Facebook himself, Mark Zuckerberg. Bill Gates. Thomas Edison. You can see the light bulb on the table. We actually saw his last breath. If you want to check out that vlog, it's called, I think it's the President Kennedy death car vlog from Henry Ford Museum. Then these are Spanish scientists. Oh, that's cool. Check that out. That's really cool. That's a great display. I'm not real thrilled on the accuracy of the faces on a lot of these, but I do love the presentation that they're trying to do with it. That kind of makes up for it. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. See, like I said, I love the presentation itself, but are they trying to make it look like Lon Chaney? Probably not. Maybe, probably not. Kind of a weird Frankenstein monster, you know. Oh, he's moving at least. Look at that, look at that. They have him on a track. He comes forward and moves back. This lady's name is Alaska, and I don't know who that is. Here we have Johnny Depp. Captain Jack Sparrow. Check this one out. I guess this is the Twilight guy, Robert Pattinson. And over here we have Boris Karloff as the Mummy. And the Wolfman. I recently found out, I told Adam the Woo this, we were both laughing about it. I recently found out that the guy who plays the Wolfman in Monster Squad was Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. Who'd have ever guessed? Did you know that? Here we're back at the bull ring. There's a bull back in there. And you can see a matador getting wheeled off on a cart here. Probably dead. And there's our old pal that we just vlogged, Ernest Hemingway, observing with a book in his hand. Now here they created a scene that almost looks like you're at Las Ventas, the bull ring that we were at that day. These are all famous bullfighters and everything, except for this guy is Orson Welles. Now remember in my vlog the other day I said it's not a given that the matador wins. Look at this, the bull's jabbing his horn through the eye. Then as we walk through I noticed that they have another few names we might recognize at this bullfight. You have Yul Brynner right there from The King and I. And then back here, sitting in the back by herself, is Elizabeth Taylor. Right there. Pretty interesting display right here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Check out that windmill display. And this is, of course, for Don Quixote. And then here we have Romeo and Juliet. Okay, I like the way this is set up, but I don't know who any of these people are. Any of them, so. But they let a dog in here, I guess. That's cool. Here we have Napoleon Bonaparte. Oh, that's very interesting. Look at that. The early history of Spain. It's almost like Santeria. See, these are seriously some elaborate scenes. I mean, look at this. They've got so much going on in every scene. You don't even really have to know who everyone is just to enjoy it. There's Salvador Dali. And then this is the painter El Greco. We saw some of his work inside the cathedral yesterday. Look at that. And then check this out. If you watch her, you can see her breasts moving up and down. You can see her breathing inside. Kind of weird and creepy, but interesting nonetheless. That's got to be Picasso, right? Must be the Spanish king and queen. That was quite an experience, and I think this is the very last part of our experience over here. The 3D ride. We're on a rickshaw. Riding on a rickshaw through the Great Wall of China. Let's have our last meal of the trip together, guys. What do you say? So I made a decision that from now on, for as long as I can do it, I'm only going to eat salads for all my meals. I have a terrible habit of loving carbs and just garbage food, and I'm going to challenge myself to, no matter what kind of salad it is, it doesn't matter, you know, what's in it. As long as it's a salad, I'm going to go for it. We'll have the coffee, but we're not going to have that muffin. So it's a chicken Caesar today. So I guess honestly one of the main reasons that I'm doing this is because a couple of years ago I lost a bunch of weight, and then I've just been kind of depressed for the last year, and I've gained most of it back. And you know, when I was growing up, I always was like a hopeless romantic, and I always thought I would have this like great love of my life, and I never got it. And in the late 20s I just gave up, and I just didn't believe that would ever happen. And I probably did not give any woman that I dated since then the best of me. And I think Amy's the best person that I've ever got to go out with, and I really like her a lot, so I want her to have the best version of me that she deserves. So it's for me, but it's also because, you know, I want her to get the best of everything that she deserves. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our last vlog of this trip. I'm gonna head off to the airport now, and we'll see you all tomorrow, but for me actually like in a week. Thank you Sharon Omarosa, Lisa Chetwynd, Jill Lowenheim, Joni, Julie Haynes, and Malin for making contributions to my channel. Thank you all for watching. Till next time, goodbye.